Starting something new always feels exciting at first. A side business, a YouTube channel, a fitness plan, a money goal. That project you keep saying you will finally start. At the beginning, it feels full of possibility. You can already picture the future version of yourself. Focused, confident, organized. Maybe even using a calendar properly. Dangerous levels of personal growth. But then, your brain gets involved. And suddenly, the idea cannot just be started. No. First, you need the perfect plan. Then the perfect tool. Then the perfect name. Then the perfect logo. Then the perfect time. Then a spreadsheet comparing the tools that help you choose the perfect tool. And somehow, 3 days later, you have 12 tabs open, 4 tutorials saved, a document called Master Plan, and absolutely nothing launched. But it does feel productive. Which is the dangerous part? James Clear has a useful way to describe this. He calls it the difference between being in motion and taking action. Motion is planning, researching, organizing, learning, comparing microphones for 6 hours even though you have not recorded one sentence yet. Very educational, very safe, very suspicious. Action is different. Action is the thing that creates a result. Writing the rough script, sending the message, doing the workout, opening the bank app, and actually looking. Motion feels like progress. Action is progress. A knowing distinction, very important. Because motion is not bad. Sometimes you do need to research. Sometimes you do need to think. Sometimes you do need to check the numbers so you do not accidentally turn your life into a cautionary podcast episode. The problem is when motion becomes a hiding place. You tell yourself, I'm not avoiding the work. I'm preparing. And maybe you are. For a little while. But at some point, preparation quietly turns into procrastination with better branding. And browser tabs are not a personality, even if you have 47 of them open. The reason motion is so tempting is simple. Starting makes the idea real. When an idea is only in your head, it can still be perfect. No mistakes yet. No awkward first attempt. No one has ignored it. No one has criticized it. No one has asked a question you do not know how to answer. In your head, everything still works. The business has customers. The channel gets views. The fitness plan changes your life. The budget is clean and responsible. Beautiful, peaceful, completely untested. Then action walks in, and reality shows up holding a clipboard. Reality says, interesting, but nobody replied. Reality says, this part does not make sense. Reality says, you are way more out of shape than the motivational montage suggested. Reality says, great idea, you forgot 7 basic details. Very rude, very useful. That is why I'm not ready yet sounds so convincing. It feels careful, it feels mature, it feels like you are making the smart choice. But sometimes what it really means is, I do not want to find out yet. Because finding out can hurt. A vague dream is comfortable. A real test gives feedback, and feedback is where the learning starts. So no, the answer is not reckless action. Please do not quit your job because a podcast made eye contact with your ambition. If something is expensive, risky, legal, medical, or could seriously affect your life, slow down. Think. Ask questions. Check the numbers. But most ideas do not need a dramatic life decision. They need a small, safe test, not a giant leap. A test. That is the whole shift. Stop asking, "Am I ready?" Ask, "What can I test today?" Because "Am I ready?" sends you back into your head. "What can I test today?" sends you into the real world. And the real world is where the answer is. So, here's the system. Step 1. Set a motion limit. Not a research limit. A motion limit. Because research sounds too innocent. Give yourself a box. 30 minutes. One evening, 3 articles, 2 videos. Whatever fits the decision. The question is not, can I learn more? Of course you can. The internet is an infinite buffet of reasons to not start. The question is, what do I need to know before taking a safe first step? Not everything. Not the 5-year strategy. Not the perfect system. Just enough to avoid obvious mistakes. Then, motion has to become action. Step 2. Define the smallest safe action, not the most impressive action. Not the action that would look cool in a documentary about your future success. The smallest action that creates movement without creating chaos. If you want to start a business, message 1 potential customer. Not a launch, not a logo reveal. 1 message. Would this solve a real problem for you? If you want to start a channel, write 1 bad script. Not the perfect script, not the perfect banner, not the perfect microphone setup. 1 bad script. Because the bad script teaches you more than the imaginary perfect one. If you want to get in shape, put on walking shoes and go outside for 10 minutes. Not the ultimate workout plan. Not a 2-hour supplement investigation. Just move. If you want to fix your finances, open the bank app and look. Not judging, not spiraling, not pretending the numbers will improve if you avoid eye contact. Just look. Because clarity comes before control. And yes, the smallest step may feel embarrassingly small. Good. That is the point. Small steps are harder to avoid. Your brain can argue with a huge goal all day. Start a business? Too big. Get in shape? Too vague. Fix my finances? Emotionally illegal. But send 1 message. Walk for 10 minutes. Write 1 rough paragraph. That is harder to dramatize. Although your brain will try, your brain can turn a sticky note into a courtroom trial if you give it enough coffee. Step 3. Look for the signal. After the small action, do not immediately judge yourself. Observe. Did someone respond? Did they ignore it? Did the draft make sense? Was it harder than expected? Was it easier? Did you still care after trying? Did the next problem become clearer? That is the signal. And the signal is the whole point. Because thinking gives you theories. Action gives you data. Theories feel clean. Data can be messy. But messy data beats perfect guessing. Every time, this is how readiness actually gets built. Not by waiting until the fear disappears. Not by researching until confidence magically arrives. Not by organizing folders named Final, Final 2, Final Final, and Final Final Maybe. Readiness is evidence. You build it by doing 1 small thing, seeing what happens, and adjusting. Then you do another small thing, and another. Eventually, your brain starts to notice. Oh, we do things now. A shocking development. So stop waiting to feel ready. Set a motion limit. Take the smallest safe action. Look for the signal, then adjust. That is how ideas become real. Not all at once, not perfectly, not with a magical burst of motivation at 5 a.m., just one small safe step at a time. And yes, Larry will keep figuring life out the hard way, so you do not have to. No promises on how many folders named Final it takes though.